should I be investing right now? Should I be putting my money in assets? Here's your sort of like playbook. Well, interest rates are paused. Inflation is down and heading down. Unemployment is up and heading up. The Bitcoin spot ETF is coming in less than 60 days. The ETH spot ETF is coming in less than 6 months. The Bitcoin halving is less than 5 months away. And global liquidity is about to rocket upwards because of inflation going down, unemployment going up. So we need to stimulate the economy. So you have these supply crunches of the Bitcoin halving, ETH burning, tons of ETH right now as more activity comes on chain. And then you have the demand, just the ability for demand to actually make its way into these assets, just massively opening up with the Bitcoin spot ETF and the ETH spot ETF. There is just no better setup right now for crypto or tech. Now, crypto's obviously run up a lot in the last month, so I would expect a pullback at some point. Who knows when? Obviously, we just saw that it's happening, as we're talking right now. We're down 6% in Solana and then, 3% in ETH and Bitcoin. It could and probably should go down. You just never really know in crypto. And all the indicators, it says it's overbought, but Solana's been saying it's overbought every day for the last 3 weeks, and it continues to double every day. So like the technicals kind of go out the window when we reach this phase, but either way, it's on. We're back. That's all I'm saying.
We are so back. I think something that's so difficult for people to wrap their head around is how cyclical this is. And as a result of how cyclical it is, how possible it's become to really analyze and predict these cycles, which it was not as possible pre-2008, right? It was not as easy, but since 2008 and really since money printer turned on around governments around the world, we have really entered this new phase where these cycles are, they're very predictable, which is scary and dangerous in a way. Like, I don't necessarily know that's a good thing that they're so predictable. But for us as investors, as people trying to increase our wealth, this is the opportunity that you've been looking for, everybody. Like, it's right in front of you.
This is the 2020 setup. So like back in 2020, early 2020, right after COVID hit, when markets tanked and we had been in this like little bit of a bear market, at least in the crypto space. And then it was like, oh, they're about to print a bunch of money. Oh, interest rates are going to zero. Oh, everyone's losing their jobs. Like it was like, okay, it's risk on, right? Like this is happening. And so it was like everyone bought in, and it just like we had this next 2 years of craziness. We have a very similar setup. We don't have the same in the sense that like you don't have the COVID scare. So it didn't drop like, I think when COVID happened, Bitcoin dropped like 50 or 60%. We didn't necessarily have that, but like assets were already so far down and hadn't gone up. Whereas just before COVID, they had already done their run up, and then COVID happened. They jumped down like 60%. And it was like, oh, this is an obvious trade. This isn't like that, but the setup in terms of macro and just the innovation happening in the space, like, and then the ETFs, it's a pretty obvious one. The interesting thing is most people around the world don't know that though, right? Most people aren't thinking that. A lot of people are probably thinking, oh, okay, maybe the NASDAQ and tech stocks are going to do well, but not even that. Like it's not consensus, even though it's now happening. But a lot of people still aren't going, oh, we're going to have another crypto cycle. Haven't quite got that far down here, but it's pretty obvious we're about to. And so that's where the upside just comes so massively.
Now is the time to take advantage of our Black Friday sales, 69% off. You can get our Web3 Investing Masterclass. That's a 5-hour course that'll give you everything you need to know to get started. And then you'll get every week a on-chain report directly to your inbox that's going to make sure that you know throughout the next year what you should be doing each week, because it's going to be a volatile ride. There's going to be ups, there's going to be downs, and we want to make sure you have the confidence. So click the link in the show notes, grab our Black Friday bundle right now. And yeah, I can't handle anyone missing out on this, Kai. I can't handle it. Everybody
Jay keeps saying the next year, this bull market's going longer than a year. My pro report coming out in 2 weeks is going to actually show you when the bull market's likely going to end. So don't listen to Jay. All right. He's just spreading FUD. 2 years. Come on.
I'm just the Black Friday deal gets you pro for a year. Then you're gonna have to pay again for the next year, because we're still gonna get the bull market, as Kai said.
Okay.
Or if we're not in the bull market, we'll tell you, and that's why you got to go pro today. You got to make sure you got the confidence you need to invest in this wacky and wild space. Thanks for listening, everybody. Have yourselves a great weekend.